I'm gonna run you through the warm-up that I do before heavy dips. We'll start with the sub-scap roll with the tennis ball. Find them and grind them. Get under there. Find that subscapular trigger point. And then I'm just gonna move it around or articulate that shoulder blade by bringing it down and then rolling up. So it's kind of like pour the bottle out and then turn it back up. So internal rotation, external rotation. Oh, hurts so good. You want to free up those restrictions to get optimum recruitment. You know, optimum performance training is only possible if we have optimum like tension relationships at a joint by joint basis, and which is almost impossible, right? We all have issues and compensations, so we got to do a little bit of hygiene. I'll tell my clients, you brush your teeth every day. That's oral hygiene, because your mouth takes care of you. You got to take care of it. Well, your muscles, they need hygiene, and foam rolling or tissue work, however you get it, and that's muscle hygiene. All right, let's do the other side. Okay, cool. Just got done punishing myself with the tennis ball. The tennis ball is like a rifle, and the foam roll is more of a shotgun. But so they have their different function. Now we're gonna get into the thoracic spine extension and a little bit of the posterior cuff in the shoulder. Separate the shoulder blades. That allows, pop. Yeah, a little chiropractic work. Exhale. Pop. Yeah, don't be in a hurry on this part. This is exercise number 1. People are like, wait, when are we going to start lifting? Like, we're starting now. This is how you get a proper result. You set yourself up for success for recruiting the right muscles. You have 2 choices when you go to the gym. Improve function or feed dysfunction. Most people will just walk in, they're just feeding this dysfunctional movement pattern and staying in this cumulative injury cycle. And they don't even know it. Until you get them on a foam roller and they're just jumping off the thing saying, I can't do that. That's just too much. You got to find them and grind them, get that junk out, line that stuff up, address your adhesions. There's some common threads, right? So I'm showing you some very common ones to do. The posterior cuff, thoracic extension, and not so awkward, but sometimes awkward, especially for females, is the pectoral muscle. So lay on it. Just get the one right by the shoulder, the upper part of the pec. Do like a little reverse snow angel pattern. Move the muscle. Find them and grind them. If you got some junk that day, you're gonna get a better feel in your dip if you do this first. I don't have time for that, Alex. Make time. Nobody has time. And if you just have one arm that's a little bit worse, just do that side at least. Thank me later. Okay, so first we soften up the muscles. We do a little active stretch, static maybe first and then active. All right, flexibility. About 6 reps, active stretch for the lat, thumbs up. That's mine. Hold it for 4 to 6 seconds. Reach, engage the stretch. I'm reaching my hand towards the wall in front of me, my butt towards the wall behind me. Drawing my abs in. Yeah, more like a posterior pelvic tilt. Oh yeah, right there. Three more. A lot of times we see these exercise ideas, but we have no idea what it takes to get in that position. At 48 years old, you can't afford an injury. So you got to take care of yourself. The lifting portion, if you think about the time you actually spend lifting a weight in a day, it's very short. Most of the time is recover, nutrition, sleep. And preparing to lift. One more. Yeah, right there. Posterior pelvic tilt. Very important. Get that last little fiber. All right, pec stretch. I'm just going to turn 90 degrees. Elbows bent. Gently drop until you feel a little bit of a stretch in the chest. Contract the chest. Bring it out. You know, you shouldn't really feel it too much in the anterior part of your shoulder capsule. So you don't have to, you know, really drive your body that crazy to the ground. A little bit goes a long way. If I move my arm up a little bit, maybe more pec minor. That's what's nice about the ball, is you can move the ball around, find that part of your pec that's tight. Hold it for 4 seconds. Repeat, do the other side, okay? Okay, so we soften, we stretch and lengthen. Now we activate, prime, ignite that central nervous system, especially in the rotator cuff. So the external rotation band, pry it apart, 10-second holds. I know, isometrics, they're so not sexy, but they're very good for you and very effective. You see, you need stabilization, endurance. You need to be able to maintain that stability through a full set. How long is a set? Well, I'm going to do 8 reps. I'm going to do 8 reps today. And I'm trying to do 5-second eccentric. Right? At least a 1-second powerful concentric motion. So let's say each rep is 6 seconds long of time under tension. Yes, tempo is a great tool to use. Trainers do it all the time to make somebody's average workout program is now unbelievable by just changing nothing but tempo. So that's like 50 seconds almost of time under tension. These little rotator cuff muscles need to be stabilizing that entire time. If they don't have that stabilization, endurance, strength, well, guess what happens? They shut off, then your arms start internally rotating, and bad things happen because the little shoulders, there's not a lot of space in there. And, you know, it's just kind of like if you eat a hamburger, nothing, you can eat a hamburger here and there. But if you eat like bad food all the time, let's say like processed food all the time, bad stuff happens. So it's cumulative. Little micro traumas add up over time. Then we get injured. So doing this proper warm-up puts you in a more favorable position to engage the right muscles and not compensate with poor mechanics, leading to injury. So I got about 10 reps, 10-second holds. That's about 100 seconds of resistance. I'm not trying to do a lateral raise and get my deltoids to pry apart. I just want to turn like a little skewer my arm bone outward, just enough to feel the back of the shoulder, the rotator cuff muscles.
Yeah, they're cooking. I love using a Tabata timer on this because you have visual aid, 10 seconds on, 5 seconds off. Set that thing for 10 rounds. Woo. Okay, one more. We're gonna be moving into different ranges of motion, so if you're really able to just bang those out, keep that position, start moving the band so that you have stability in some of these positions, right, that we're gonna be doing. Okay, one last primer is the dumbbell external rotation. So I'm gonna sit here, I'm going to get it up, and I'm going to slowly try to bring it back down. Up. That's 2. I think I bit off more than I could chew. 3. Or I just got to wake these up. 4. Up. Write it down hard. 5. 6. 7 is dropping. 8. Yeah, probably should have used a 12 or even a 10 on that one. I'm still just sticking with 8 reps because that's the rep range I'm going to do. See what this side's all about. Oh, even harder. I did do shoulders yesterday. Oh. Yeah, 10 pounds would have been better. All right, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. So you can't throw a T-bone steak in the crib. We're gonna do a field set, maybe 2, get to working weight. So we really want that 4 to 6 rep range with our compound movement. Muscle fiber types in the triceps respond really well to that rep range. All right. Ding, I don't know what that is, maybe laundry. Nice, slow, eccentric. Press. Since I'm only doing 6 reps at the work, my warm-up is only 6 reps. Let my central nervous system recognize that that weight is, that I'm currently doing is too light. You don't pre-exhaust too much. You know, you gotta save that for the meat. That's just the appetizer. Okay, then we do our compound exercise first, the dip. Today we're gonna do a isolated tricep extension, the French press. Keep your elbow up. Get a nice deep stretch. Contract. And then other arm. You know, that warm-up helps you to get this overhead position better. Feel my tricep much more. Good, 6 reps. All right. Now we're gonna add some resistance. So I'm gonna get the dip belt, put a couple pounds on, warm up set number 2, rest a little bit, let that blood flow go in there, get the nervous system excited, And then it's on. Really on. Stick around. All right, set number 2. So feel set number 2. We got some added resistance. Just think for 6 reps, 4 to 6 reps. I definitely don't jump onto the bar when I do this. I want to make sure that I'm in the very good start position with my grip, so it's consistent, apples to apples. Ace! 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 Oh. Woo. Okay, then hopefully within 10 seconds, I'm gonna be banging out my tricep. You know, I have a slight discrepancy. My right arm maybe is not as strong from previous shoulder discomfort, so I'm gonna start with the right side. Write it down slow. Encourage a stretch by pushing your head back against your forearm. Contract. Getting close to more fatigue. Then I'm gonna do my left. Way easy. Back to the right. So give a little extra love to the underdeveloped side that you're trying to increase. Okay. So based on how it felt, I'm gonna add a little bit more and start counting that as set number 1 of 3 working sets. Maybe 2 to 3 working sets. And it's not how much weight you use. Nobody cares. Nobody sees you at the beach and is like, oh, I wonder how much that person can dip for 6. Nobody cares. So just listen to your body, stick with the tempo, and push yourself. Okay, first working set. Find a weight that's a little bit more appropriate for you to reach muscle failure at around 4 to 6 reps using a slow tempo. And full available range of motion. Light. All right. Make sure you practice your dismount. And then come right in. I'm gonna do that right, left, right technique again. Ugh. All right. If you're gonna go up, you're gonna go up here on the dip. Don't go chasing weight on your accessory. This is where you're really engaging more or a deeper neural activation. Dormant muscle fibers that don't need to activate until the threshold of intensity is met. They're like, cool, let me know when you want me to turn on. You're not there yet. Only because you perceive a light weight to burn doesn't mean you've activated those muscle fibers. So if you want to turn on as many muscle fibers types as possible in a workout, you're going to get a much more balanced physique. Strength muscle fibers, high weight, low rep. 1 to 5 reps. Pump, 6 to 30. And then volume, 30 plus for the endurance muscle fiber types. So that's a great concept to think about if you're struggling to be like, what should I do in my workout? Well, pick something heavy, pump, endurance, burn. Trust me, thank me later. You'll have a great day, great pump. I'm gonna add a little bit of resistance on this. Really want to get down to that, 4 reps. Should I try another rep kind of mindset? Even if I can just do the eccentric, fail on the way up. Before I'm gonna go up on this, because it's tempting to just go up on this. Rest period is at least 2 minutes between sets. You can never rest too much. You can always rest too little. All right, working set number 2. Add a little bit of weight on the dip. Hey. 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 Come on. Up. 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 Ah. Woo. I'll get you. All right. To the dismount. Practice that. Get right into your accessory within 10 seconds. Ooh. Oh, nice. Oh. Chasing a couple more reps on that last one. Get some blood flow. Probably go up again. I don't know. That was pretty good. It's a Sunday. 6 reps was like 5 with a struggly 6. I'm gonna get a second opinion on that weight. If I crush that weight again for 6, I'll know next time I do this, I'll need to add a little mustard. And that's how you can do progressive overload. You have to have progressive overload in order to get stimulus for your body to adapt. There's the principle of overload. In order to get a change from the system, you need to overload the current capabilities of that system. And there's a SAID principle, S-A-I-D. Specific adaptation to the imposed demand. If the demand doesn't exceed what you can currently do, there's no need to make any adaptation. No change is necessary. Why should it? Doesn't have to. You haven't given it a reason to. Gave it a reason. Set number 3. So this is my third working set. This will be my final set. Here I'm going to do a drop set after this. Take the weight off. Go body weight to failure. Do a couple eccentrics to failure. Right into the accessory exercise. Overload technique. Get that off. Okay. Go right to failure, slow control. Body weight. Long leg partial. Don't stop. Eccentric. Come on. One more. Try to push up. Woo! Right into it. 10 seconds. Let's go. Oh, that damaged it. That destroyed it. Ooh. 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 Oh, that one was the set. Ooh. Ooh. Oh man. Oh. So that's one of my favorite tricep methods. Gets a good overall intensity, high threshold, a lot of muscle fiber activation, neural drive. And you have your isolated exercise. So it is a great combination. I'm gonna finish up with a little fill. So close grip push-ups, max reps, 2 sets. Let's see what we got. Okay, finisher. So this will be the third exercise for triceps. Close grip, push-ups, diamond. I'll use a kettlebell. This is only a 30-pounder, lean it towards me. Put my hands up on the bell, so it keeps me kind of more of a neutral wrist position. Push up, come in, get a good elbow bend. That's when you know you're done. A kickstand come in to save your face. I'll rest. Not so much on the endurance muscle fibers. Maybe 30 to 60 seconds. There's definitely let's say a crescendo in my workout. You know, the foam roll, the activation, the check-in with your body, very important, slow, but more mindful. Then you're all fired up, so you do your most intense exercise first, maybe 2. And as your, let's say your bag of rice, right? I tell my clients, hey, when you walk into the gym, you're like a bag of rice. As soon as I say hello, boom, I clip, corner. Psst. That's your energy. So I'm not gonna make you do that hard stuff when you got no grains of rice left in your bag. I'm gonna start you fresh, get you nice and ready. Like that's when I want the meat, the heavy. When you're down here and you're drained, I'm gonna put you on a machine. I'm gonna have you do a burnout set of 20, 25 reps. Superset. Ring the towel. Don't leave any crumbs on the table. Give me all you got. So let's finish up. Definitely getting more of a pump now in the blood, in the muscle. Let's see what we got. A great regression would be to do it on a bench. So once you've fried here, either go to kneeling, hands on bench kneeling if you really wanted to take it to layer, and really wring the towel out. So what I'll do is I'll just drop to kneeling on this one. Help me. Okay, it's almost done. Now my mind shifts from the tricep to the nutrition to refuel the glycogen stores that I've depleted. So men, women, a little different. Men, maybe they can wait a little bit longer. It's not so much of a hormonal thing for us. Women, 45 minutes, you better have, you know, at least 15 grams of protein, some carbohydrates, some good, like 30 grams of carbs, minimum to restore that glycogen in the muscles. That's more for a hormonal benefit. So I'm gonna hurry, going to church. I'm gonna have 60 grams of whey protein isolate and 150 grams of a carbohydrate powder. It's a mix of fructose, maltodextrin, and colostrum. Maybe I'll throw in a little cinnamon for sugar regulation, and fiber helps with cholesterol. Have a great day.